Hi, beautiful beings of light. This is Yana, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And yesterday there was the new moon, right? New moon in Gemini, and of course, all these Gemini energies here in the air, in the atmosphere. Extremely some mental energies, I would say, right? It's the air, okay? That's the octahedron, platonic solid we're dealing with, but also, Gemini, right? The sign of Gemini, two people. So for us it's the polarity integration, and not only that, right, we're transmuting the shadow, okay, and working in the astral plane. We had the astral reconstruction. There was a newsletter from Lisa Renee, and yesterday interesting energy. So I was making all these notes, right, writing things down. I even for today will go over those notes, and I'm gonna do some chanting, cleansing, clearing, purification, because yesterday also was the Memorial Day, right? And of course, people, I guess they want to be happy or la la la, celebrating on the beach, noon, or drinking, right? Or doing as a barbecue. And, we need to start being more smart, because the bad guys, right, the negative ones, especially from those astral organizations, and I'm dealing with the whole military thing, right? All this infiltration, and not only in the physical plane, we're dealing with those, interdimensional, extra dimensional beings, okay? And running the base 10 mathematics, all these reversals, and extremely high densities in those astral planes, right? Even the 10D, 11D, okay? Reversals from the phantom matrix. That's why we were in blended realities, all this chaos and confusion, who is who, right? Dealing with AI as well. But then we have the organic, of course, or organic AI, right, where you can feel the resonance with your heart, with your heartbeat. If you are in your truth, then you know that this is actually, those are good ETs and helping us with the ascension liberation. And then of course we have the Davos group, right, and the World Economic Forum and the New World Order and all their AI, right, that is disconnected from heart structure, because some of them are even clones, right? They don't even, they have nothing to do with the angelic divine luminous race, okay? And so all these really distortion or corruption, perversions, all these reversals, and this dumbing down, right? And these distractions, right? The fake reality, right? That's why we talk about phantom matrix, computer simulation, right? And kind of installing their agenda, their narratives. But we come from extremely high dimensions, the volunteer souls working with the solar rishis, the solar dragons now, okay? So we have to really just kind of work through all these energies, transform, transmute everything we can, so only truth remains, right? Because only the truth will set you free. But at the same time, on that personal spiritual journey, we have to do our own individual work. And here I'm coming up with all these protocols, right, and the project for the military. And so we have to start somewhere, somehow. And of course it all starts from within, and it starts with us, right? Like we the people, like we the humanity, we the starseeds, we the light workers, we the spiritual warriors, the indigo warriors, okay? We the empaths and sensitives, the warriors of light, of truth and justice, right? So we are transforming, transmuting, the ego, as the negative ego, right? The astral plane, where all these hexing and the black magic and all these cast spelling, right, of the black magicians. And even here, right, people, they send you bad vibes, you know what I'm saying? So it's not just the out there, these aliens, what they're doing to us. Like, look at the humanity, the society structure. I've been here living for almost 50 years, okay? And so dealing also, with the DNA, my DNA parents, right? And, the wars and the fear, guys, the negativity will get you, right? And if you're locked in the negative ego, right, we need to transform, transmute it, right? All this low frequency vibration, and then pointing finger to those people who actually want to help, right? But so many of us, right, they were like imprisoned or tortured, persecuted. And again, it's been happening for millennia. This is nothing new under the sun. We're again repeating. But we have the Ascension protocol now. We have the highest timelines for Ascension. We have the cosmic crystalline grid, right? Our true spiritual forefathers, or those who created this 15-dimensional universal time matrix, and also they were designing the divine luminous a human race, okay, and also the creator of Lyra back then, billion years ago, right? The cradle of human civilization, and there is so much history, guys, beyond it. So that's the earth or cosmic history, the guardian materials, whether from Ashayana or somebody else. I am also working with the terminology, or with Lisa Renee, her newsletters or her blogs, okay? So, and just bringing the information here to you guys. But again, it's digested through my soul signature, energy signature, through my filters, through my operational system, right? My video is not for everybody. They're, let me see, it's for educational, entertainment, informational purposes. I'm here to inspire you, empower you, giving information the way I interpret it, and how you guys then perceive what I'm conveying to you becomes your world, your reality, and what you do with it is your responsibility. Time to be responsible. No more pointing fingers and judging. Right, taking deep breath. What triggers me, what bothers me, what caused me anger, PTSD, time to heal, right? We need to acknowledge our weaknesses, our vulnerability, and, acknowledge the trauma and work with the pain body, where to heal it, right? And acknowledge our shadow self, Otherwise, it keeps us in that loop. And the negative ones, right, casting their spell, especially yesterday, right, the memorial day for me, or for those who came here with a special mission, right, the volunteer souls versus the reconnaissance kind of mission, or the survey, detecting things and reconfiguring things and reconstructing and healing and all these wounds and what's the word for it? Correcting all the corruption. That's what we came here, right? And also coming with a new earth jurisdiction, or the divine justice, right? Implementing the Galactic Codex, guys. This is a huge, big deal here happening. Not only in this dimension, right? We have other dimensions with their parallel realities. So in order for us to co-create with the divine, the organic realities, right? So what is organic? It's that is truth. What is truth? God is truth, right? The infinite creator is truth, right? And the truth is within us because we have that divine spark that is within that sacred chamber of our hearts. But also I work with thymus, that's the 8th chakra. I work with anti-particle chakras, right? That's why I'm inviting you guys to work on those 7 primary chakras. Those are particle chakras, because that's why all these distortions and distortions, perversions, and depression and anxiety and chaos and confusion and anger and the ego, right? It sits, guys, in your energy field, in your astral field, in your astral body, right? In those energy centers, in your emotional body, your mental body, and then of course the spiritual body, right? We deal with the higher etheric realms here, those who are on a mission. We have assignment here to help with the liberation, with the expansion of consciousness, and all this transformation. That's what I do, right? Transmuting the astral plane, okay? Because I spend quite some time also in the underworld, and dealing with the black magicians and the cabal, the Illuminati, the high echelon, the control groups, right? Having contracts or treaties with those negative aliens, from whether the phantom matrix or the visa matrix, and so all these fallen entities, the black hole entities, with their black hole technologies, highly advanced technologies, guys. So the Ashtar, right? The Ashtar come in. I mean, our mission is to pretty much come here, have this physical body, come to this earthly existence, have those human experiences, right? And we are anchoring those cosmic energies, right? Here, the body, that's the vessel, right? The Holy Grail, right? The purification is why we don't drink, we don't smoke, we're not on drugs, right? I have a little bit like a food addiction, especially at night. The food, the Mother Nature, that's why I came here. I've heard the call because of Mother Earth, right? She needed help. Mother Earth, Goddess Gaia, with all these wonderful fruits and vegetables. But I'm getting better, 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 because even the food industry, right? I mean, all this addiction, all these preservatives and additives, no white sugar, guys, no white flour, which is bleached, all these kind of things, and GMO, right? And fluoride in the water and other horrible chemicals. Like, what in the world? What this is all about? Who is doing all that, right? So I've been questioning that since I came here to United States, I would say back there in 2000, right? And it's like, this was like never ending story of research and finding out and figuring things out. And how come, I'm being so targeted and attacked, and at the same time all this blame on me, or all this jealousy on me, and or how ugly I am, and who am I, and who she is, and all these kind of things. Like, like where are you guys? So then the mind control, right? The programming, the conditioning, the MK Ultra, and the subliminal messages, and how people really go into that trance, watching porn, or just some movies, right, with blended realities, even cartoon things for children, right? So and there's pedophilia behind it, all the proliferation of the satanic families, guys. It's like unbelievable, right? So again, where is this coming from? What in the world is this all about? And again, what we see here in this physical plane, right, of existence, actually a reflection mirror. And what's been happening in those astral planes with those astral organizations, the astral entities, all these discarnates, right, just kind of powering themselves up through siphoning the light from our soul. Okay, so and so that was my introduction. So I'll go over those notes, and also remember, my videos are for my soul group, my tribe, right? We're the ancient ones, but also spiritual warriors, indigo warriors, those guys, highly evolved souls, delicate souls, beautiful souls, joined the military, and then ended up really ended up joining those terrorist organizations, and the way they were recruited through torture and intimidation, the mind control, rape, total violence, right? Total violence with all these jabs and the nanobots, nanotechnology, graphene oxides, right? In pretty much infiltrating their brain, the bioneurology with the AI, right? Talk about the Nazi Neuralink. They were hooked to super quantum computers, and they're on the dark fleet, right? Whether the Nazis infiltrated by the Orion group, right? The Nazi, the Anunnaki of that fallen nature, Anu Elohim, right? Those kind of who separate themselves from God, from source, and kind of signing contracts again with those, really the black dragon, the black dragon moth, okay, of that other fallen matrix. There are all these other parallel realities. It's a complex thing, the cosmology, right? I'm just inviting you guys just to study how we are now raising our frequency, vibration, the consciousness, right? Leaving the 3D ego kind of personality matrix, right? Kind of abandoning it. It's falling apart, it's collapsing anyway. It's just simply not working, because the grids have been abused. The humanity has been abused, the planet has been abused, all this exploitation, corruption, all these experimentations of that negative faction, right? The hybridization, mutation of our DNA, and pretty much even mixing DNA, human DNA, with some machinery, or human DNA with DNA of animals. They're breaking the law, okay? The law of one. We're talking about the universal laws, the cosmic sovereign law, the law of Ra. Again, Galactic Codex, divine intervention. You can find the credo for the New Earth jurisdiction, where we're implementing the Galactic Codex with the natural laws, okay? Universal laws. Again, I have all the references, material there on my website, yanakalai.com. So it's time to also reconnect with our soul family. But first, we have to bring that soul essence back together. And yes, we can, because the astral plane's been all reconstructed. We have those cosmic plasma light grids, right, with all these plasma light codes now coming online, so just tuning into these ascension energies. And now all this Gemini, right, the polarity integration, I'm saying, the was it the divine masculine with the divine feminine, right? Bringing together into our heart, so the inner channel can be reborn while the heart and the soul clicks, right? Reunites as well. And what else? That's why, you know, the transformation, transmutation, right? In that astral, the low planes of the astrals, right? With all these invasions, infiltrations, you know, just it all surfacing, guys. The cosmic energy is coming online while everything, right, of the dark, the underworld, and all these experimentations in bunkers, underground military bases, just name it, also off-world stuff, right? Whether on Mars or Moon, guys, everything is surfacing. So we gotta be ready, right? So that all needs to be transformed, transmuted, invoking Shin of the Violet Flame, you know, purifying our senses, our body, and just being in our heart, in our core, right? Being the warriors of light, of truth, and divine justice. We're embodying the law of one, the cosmic sovereign law. You know, there's a lots of inner work that we do, guys, so we can finally transcend, right? The law of transcendence, you know, ascend as we're exiting, right? The 3D matrix, and we're going to the harmonic universe, number 2, soul connection, consciousness expansion. But those here, you know, on that divine, those coming here, those the beings of light coming from high dimensions, right, helping humanity with the ascension. We come from extremely, you know, high dimensions. Some of us are, you know, 24 strands of DNA, the Orapheme races, right? Those are the Indigos, guys, right? And we also came here for experimentation and pretty much also like my situation, my case with highly advanced, you know, not only DNA, but also kind of technology that's been already implanted in me through those portals, right? Portals already open at that time in mid 70s, I would say, you know. And just doing the reformation work, right? Perestroika, you know, just like those politicians, Mikhail Gorbachev, you know, Ronald Reagan, right? Back then in 80s, look, everything got infiltrated. Anything that, you know, somebody, a politician, I'm sure in a military, school, industry, or educational, religion, whoever, or healing industry, guys, whoever really was raising the frequency vibration, making the change, you know what I'm saying? Those, or like Mahatma Gandhi, right, or Martin Luther King, JFK, you know, Marilyn Monroe. Look, they wanted to expose, right, all this secrecy and declassify all this classified information about ETs and UFO. Look what happened to them, right? So, and then of course all these psyops and Men in Black, all these black sun operations, right? So, you know, it's been a process. It's like, you know, figuring things out. Of course, you know, the negative ones have their narrative, right? And then, you know, the positive, right? The benevolent ETs, kind of watching them, observing them, and how they abuse the technology. At the same time, the positive ones, right? They're already ready how to neutralize their technology or deactivate it, okay? And then how to harmonize all that, you know, the frequencies of resonance of joy. So, you know, creating those realities, organic realities, you know, that's kind of belongs to us. That's our inheritance, right? The joy and the peace and happiness, and pursuing our passion, and you know, just kind of living in peace, harmony, and surrounded by beauty, and you know, with these highly advanced technologies, and being with our galactic family, star family, guys. So this, you know, this belongs to us. So all this resurrection happening and reconstruction happening, and the transformational work that I'm doing. Okay, so again, centering ourselves, going into our heart, going into our center. Om Namah Shivaya. And breath. And the breath will always take us within. Just feel that heartbeat. Feel, connect to that divine spark that is within that sacred chamber of your heart. It's like a diamond, or it's like a candle, light of a candle, guys. So you nurture it, you go there each and every day, each and every morning, each and every evening. Remember, there's this altar where you can go, pray and meditate, ask questions. Because when you ask, you receive. When you seek, you will find. And when you knock, the door will open. Right? That inner relationship, that those inner connections with Christ, with the divine, that with that inner spirit, and holding on to that, nourish that, cherish that. The breath work going into your heart, into your center. Your spine is straight. Closing your eyes, feel the pineal gland or the pituitary gland, the third eye. Right? It's the crystal technology in the middle of the brain. Take care of that, nurture that. Positive thoughts, good food, sattva, sattvic food. Being on a sun, drinking distilled water, organic fruits and vegetables. You just see your brain full of light. That's how you activate those extremely important glands, pineal glands, and even your endocrine system will synchronize, and you will harmonize all that and feel more in balance and in peace and harmony, right? Peace that passes all understanding. This is the crystal bioquantum computer, guys. This is an incredible technology. The four body system, right? We have the physical body, but then also we have the astral, the emotional body, the mental body, right? And then the spiritual body. We have the light body, the crystal light body, the crystalline, the plasma light body. Having direct connection to God, to source, to what is, being omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient, Satchitananda, experiencing the state of bliss, nirvana, samadhi. I mean, that's our divine inheritance. That's how we were designed by the solar rishis. That's who we truly are. So making sure we're resurrecting all these, the light codes, the codes for the ascension, for remembering who we truly are, right? So even the memorial day, to me, the memories, just the memories kicking in, remembering our ancient history. Yeah, because the negative ones, they're just trying to wipe everything, our cosmic, ancient, galactic, human history, and then wanted to make transhumans, transgenders out of humans, right? And using them as batteries. So time to say no to that. Peaceful non-compliance. But at the same time, nurturing and cultivating that connection to the divine, to that divine spark that is within your heart, that is within you. The kingdom of heaven is within you. All the answers to your questions are within you. You'll get it when you connect with your soul, right? The soul connection. You get all the downloads from your higher self, from your oversoul. That's the monad. And then you can bring your avatar self here online to this physical plane, physical dimension. Right? That's your beloved mighty I am presence. Feel your multidimensionality. That's the 10th dimension, 11th dimension, 12th dimension. And that's how we then fuse with one, the union, right? Yoga union with the divine. Satya Sai Baba, Mahatavar Babaji. Holy Mother, Divine Mother. Bring those cosmic energies online, cosmos. Yeshua, Commander Sananda. Abunda Bashmayanit Ka Deshamoch. Tete Ma Kotach Nehwe Tibiana Aikana de Bashmaya Ahbar. Havlan lach manasun kanania mana washboklan hobain wachdain I canada fanan shochan laibain wala tachlan lanasuna lapatsan min bisha mitul de lacham malkuta wachi lawatashbuhta la alam amin. Amen. And it was Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, tete ma'akuta. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So aligning with God's divine law, God's divine will, not my will by done be done. Bring the emerald order here back online, the cosmic divine order back here online on this physical plane, this physical dimension. Helping with the ascension, transition, with the liberation, with the evolution here being also revolutionary, being different as we're entering the new golden age in Aquarius, right? Aquarius, that's also being different, and new technology, bringing back online Tesla technology, the Tesla towers, and the reverse engineering, and again the crystal technology, right? But handling all that with love and grace. And like I said, being aligned with the divine, with cosmic servant law. Om Namah Shivaya. Hallelujah. Amen. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Beloved, I am. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Divine law, cosmic love, all these energies just permeating our entire body, our aura, physical plane. Just feel the bliss, feel the joy, right? Feel the alignment with all that is sacred connections. You can find the 3 Hearts meditation also on my website, yanakalai.com. Doing the inner work. Let's invoke the violet flame, because we'll be working now with the astral plane. I have all the notes. Making sure we're protected, we're safe, we're aligned, being divinely guided. Beloved and presence bright, Rami, seal your tube of light from ascended master flame. Call forward now in God's own name. Let it keep my temple free from all discord sent to me. I'm calling for the violet fire to blaze and transmit all desire, keeping on in freedom's name till I'm one with the violet flame. So those are your cosmic mission, right? Also resurrecting the sacred geometry, right? The Metatron, all the platonic solids, guys. You can even, they're corresponding to each of our fingers, okay? The elemental body, the elementals, right? So we have the dodecahedron, the space, the octahedron, the air, we have the fire tetrahedron, and we have the icosahedron, that's the ring, and then the earth, the cube, right? So resurrecting all the platonic solids, all these elementals back in place, in harmony, in unity, right? So resurrecting all that. Yeah, returning back to innocence, to purity, to truth. Hallelujah, amen. So the energies, I can stay like this. I don't know for how long. So I hope you guys, you're enjoying the activation, just tuning into those energies. We're bringing everything online, especially the solar rishis, guys. The divine parents are here, the Holy Father, Divine Father, the return of Cosmic Christos, Sophia consciousness, right? It's all here, coming here online. Just feel the codes, feel the resurrections, the sacred geometry with that correct math, base 12 mathematics, okay, the 45-degree angle. How this cosmos was designed with perfection, with the harmonics of 144, okay? No more mutation or all these distortions and degradation, right? Having strong roots, Holy Father is here, not my will by then be done. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, correct? So we need to be really mentally, emotionally very strong, right? The spiritual warriors. So we have now the Cosmic Holy Father arc here, already embodied and integrated, right? So the holographic tree of life with 12 spheres, like with 12 strands of DNA, with 12 stargates, right? With the 12 original human tribe here, we're resurrecting the divine architecture, the divine blueprint of this whole original of the original blueprint, the original structure, architecture, okay? So, and time to really be spiritual, be one with Christ, with all that is. I am that I am, right? That's why Yeshua came back then, Sananda. He did the interstellar, the stellar activation and bring the teachings of the Essenes. Again, those are our Christos founder races, okay? So resurrecting all that and be strong in our roots right here in this physical body and having a stable spiritual foundation. That's then how we teach, we disseminate all this information, right? And first, especially for spiritual warriors, but being also aligned with the law, the first law in yoga, the ahimsa, which is non-violence, non-harmfulness, right? Surrendering everything to our Father, right? I did it on Sunday, just like Holy Father, Divine Father. There's a prayer of surrender of Satya Sai Baba. I still have it somewhere. I show you guys maybe next time. And anyway, so be anchored in those spiritual virtues, guys, and ethics and morals. That's how we're unbeatable, being that purity of light, in that innocence, right? In that victorious light of divine. Having that sword, Excalibur, the Christos, Solar Christos, Archangel Michael, with his divine will, also Ascended Master Al Moria, okay? We are the blue flame, guys. We're resurrecting the law of one, the divine law, okay? That's why the divine intervention, the neuro jurisdiction, and divine jurisdiction, this is where we're coming from, because we experience all these injustices, all this unfairness, and we were the one who were then blamed, that we're the one who is doing all these horrible things, and that we're the one that we need to be disposed of, and all these kind of things. So, right, the cosmic cycle, the wheel of life, right? People think it's mastika. It's all turning. We're turning the tables. There's the changing of the guard, right? We're not going back to normal. No way, we are going back to the original blueprint, right? That's how it was originally designed. The original design, the original architecture, the original grit, right? Our original also structure of our body, right? With the crystalline heart, with the plasma light body having direct connection to cosmos, to Christ. Right? What is it? The Christ, that's actually the title, that you're one with God. the sacred union. Now talk about the sacred marriage, right? The soul connection is important, guys, for ascension, for our growth, and for also building communities in unity with ETs, and also having loving relationships, right? That's when we transform, change, smooth that shadow, the negative ego, right? That all needs to go. And that's those karmic relationships needs to be transformed, change, smoothed. Thank you for the lessons, right? So in order for you to meet your twin flame or twin ray, right, you know your stuff, you know what needs to be transformed, change, smoothed, or you write things down, you know your mission, right? The practice of the evolving self, that's the 5D protocol from Telos, right? The Agarthians and the Telosians and the Lemurians, right? Resurrecting the energies, the Lemuria, Atlantis. Things are coming now online and things are speeding up. So being focused, concentrated on your health, on your well-being, on your mission, on your purpose, right? And surrounding yourself with loving energies and praying and meditating and acknowledging your situations and everything that needs to be transformed, change, smoothed, right? That's when you say thank you, you acknowledge it, right? Thank you for letting me know, for seeing for what it is, and then from that space you can let go, let God, and you can lift yourself up. You can start feeling the lightness of being, and remembering who you truly are. Okay, so yeah, and bring that highest consciousness here back online, guys. So let's go over my notes. That was the astral that's the astral reconstruction, right? We're here pretty much as the reconnaissance mission, right? Retrieve the organic aspects of the soul matrix layers, okay? Because we've been so polluted on that astral plane. Again, where did I put my that's what happens where I have all these papers around. But our astral field, okay, the chakras, remember those are primary chakras, those are the particle chakras. Those the avatar, self here, we're working with the anti-particle chakras, right? Whether 12 or 15, you can find it on Ascension glossary, right? This Lisa Renee information, but again, this is the structure I work with, right? Yoga Ayurveda background, having connection to the solar rishis of the Himalayan mountains, the blue starborn, right? They came over here, especially after the cataclysm of Atlantis, right? The abuse of technology, and they were again bringing the cosmic teachings here, right? The original teachings, right? That's kind of, that's our inheritance, and it's just important to remember who we are, who are our holy parents, and really, just the kind of, the mystery of life, right? How life operates, right? We're exiting, right, the Kali Yuga into the Satya Sai Baba, into the truth, into the peace, right? And so connecting to nature, everything that is organic, everything that is natural, speaking your truth, right? Expressing your truth with loving kindness, being in your heart, very important. And then start seeing things for what they are, right? Opening your third eye or sixth chakra, your sixth sense, right? And that's why I do lots of that clearing, cleansing, purification through that violet flame. Yeah, it's like the ball of that violet fire bringing to your entire chakra column, right? Down through your spine, and just kind of freeing yourself from all these cellular densities and from all the drama, trauma, all these your inorganic energies, misqualified energies, especially in your first three chakras, right? The fear, right? The fear of survival, and just kind of being also disconnected from Mother Earth, Mother Nature, okay? And then, of course, all the interesting, 3D or low 4D like relationships, right? The ego kicks in, and all these perversions and the jealousy and envy and greed and hatred, right? I love you, then I hate you, all this duality, right? That's why we're transcending the duality, right? We need to really polarize ourselves into the positivity so we can transcend. And then the divine neutrality, 0 point balance, that's the God matrix, the source of our genesis, okay? of our divine blueprint. So there's a lots of inner work that has to happen, the energy work, right? We did some chanting, of course. That was the lam, bam, ram, hum, yam, hum, om, just chanting the om, the primordial sound, right? So you can do that, or we can do that, we'll see. So the soul matrix, right? That's why the soul connection consciousness expansion comes much more easily, right? There's this book Soul Love I read back in 2014, and it's still, it was a drama still, but I can see first my relief was June of 2021. Now I can see with those May energies, that was the reconstruction of that astral plane, how even I felt relieved. And just kind of, time to bring all the pieces of ourselves back together, because we can, we're holding the space, the sacred space, and just we're, the pillars, right, the column of light shining bright. We're almost like holding the heaven for you guys. Here's the stairway to heaven, but you have to take the steps, right? You have to do the inner work. You have to do some cleansing, clearing, purification. That's why I have the Ascension Guardian Protocol, right? And I'm especially helping the veterans, right? And in my soul group, those who were extremely abused and violated and stuck in that astral plane, right? I mean, on drugs and in alcohol and steroids and medications and sex addiction and who knows what else, right? And they were tortured and raped, and then of course they were blamed that they did all these kind of things, and the negative aliens, they're in this visible world, in those visible organizations, all coming now online. It's all becoming now kind of transparency. It's very important, and those are the virtues, the morals and ethics of our heart, of our soul. So we can begin the spiritual healing that we get of our soul, right? All these soul charts, we can just claim our power back, right? Resurrect all our energies, bring all the pieces of our soul back together within our hearts. Working on our shadow self-pain body, so we can unhook ourselves from these artificial astral organizations, right? So everything, guys, the recruitments, the DARPA, even the World Health Organization, or is it the World Economic Forum, the United Nations, right? They all have their mirror image in that astral plane with those negative aliens, with their negative agenda, and they're causing all this, the chaos and all this confusion, all this transhumanism and transgender thing kind of going on. The world, also one world order, or how you call it, the new world order, everything, guys, because these people here, you can see, pretty much they're staged here in a physical body, humans, non-humans, clones, non-clones, and all these kind of stuff, Dracos, Draconians, the reptiles, reptilians, lizard people, and things like that. Most of them are just nothing but puppets, right? Even some of the controller group, right, where they're in a visible spectrum, invisible spectrum, unseen spectrum, right? They're losing now their resources, they're losing their power, because the more we know about those kind of things, the more we see it for what it is. And now all these interesting, right, experiences and exposure is happening, disclosure is happening, right? And people start figuring things out, because the cosmic energies, the frequency, the Schumann frequency is spiking up, right? So all this awakening is happening, the kundalini is rising up, guys. We're in intense challenging times, right? Extremely exciting. There's some exciting times, but all this dirt, like all these criminal activities, right? And all this misqualified energies and all these black magicians with all these soul bindings, everything is surfacing and coming to the light, right? And we need to see it for what it is. We need to acknowledge it, right? Kind of embrace it. I'm not saying like become one with it. No, this transformational work needs to happen, right? Invocation of the violet flame. This is the work, guys, that I do, because all these misqualified energies, they were showing up, right? Who we are not, but so many people complied. So many people are, I can see my control. Oh, they're so great at work, right? But if they're not working, they're drinking, smoking, right? The matrix got you. You know what I'm saying? You're in that blended realities. All this sugar coatedness, all this fakeness, being superficial, artificial. Well, then you know you're in a metaverse. I mean, all these apps, right? TikTok, Snapchat. I mean, even your phone, right? The phone is merging with you guys. And also those who got this with the graphene oxide, the phone is reading you, as of course you're reading stuff on the phone at the same time, right? We're being surveillanced or monitored. But again, if we're all about spiritual healing and spirituality and ascension and praying and meditation and wishing the best for everyone, then of course that energy will come back to you, right? The love correspondence. I invited you to study that. What goes around comes around. What do you think? What kind of energy or, what kind of mindset, right, is mindset or those thought forms, right, are behind those individuals that you see in those high places, the echelon, right, the political arena, financial, right, and the military, the science, the technology, the politics. What do you think? Do they meditate? Do they have a soul connection, consciousness expansion? Do they do headstand, shoulder stand? Do they cook Ayurvedically? Do they do some sacred ceremonies, right? Do they understand what is sacred geometry, or they do satanic ritual abuses, and they do pedophilia and child sex trafficking and gun running and drug running and money laundering? What is their lifestyle? Show me your home, houses, all these villas, palaces, mansions. What is your everyday thing, right? I mean, those who are psychic, telepathics, we can even tune into those energies, right? And mostly it's AI. These people are individuals disconnected, right, from God, from source, but they talk about the great reset and what they're doing for the planet. You know what I'm saying? But it's just when you start reading the energies, the energetics, what is really behind it, if you start kind of feeling, right? That's why we need to resurrect all our energies. We need to work on our shadow, right? Transmute the shadow completely and totally, 100%, because we're dealing with the shadow government. We're dealing with the shadow military. We're dealing with all these organization corporations and with those astral organizations as well, where all the horrible dramas and all these atrocities, the criminal activities, that's where it all comes from, right? With this black magician and sodomy. So we need to detox, we need to purify our body and purifying the astral plane. I mean, that's what we've been working on, and just kind of sorting things out, and being with my detailed mind, right? They were not able to electrocute me. You cannot destroy energy, you cannot destroy consciousness. That's why we come here, the beings of light, holding the column of light, right? We're consciousness, we're awareness, right, here into this physical plane, right? Vata, Pitta, Kapha, here balancing our doshas here, the Ayurveda. I used to do lots of physical yoga. Now I just do like chanting, meditation, right? Japa mantra, meditation, and focusing on the flow of life, right? Managing your energy, especially your sexual energies, right? And also making sure, your third eye is open. You can see things for what they are. So then you get the downloads. I have the connection to the Galactics, the Ashtar, the Ashtakomin, and solar rishis, right? And just kind of doing the work, guys, whatever needs to be done. And it's all about, for me, transformation, transmutation. So let me see, purification of the astral plane and all these miasma, right? All these belief system, the mind control, right? All this programming, conditioning, guys. People don't even know that it's done through the brainwashing, through, like I said, the MK Ultra, right? This master slave kind of narrative, or victimizer. Oh, look what was done to me, or look what that person did to me, and judging and pointing instead of the divine spark is within me. How can I change this reality? How can I change my situation? How can I pull myself out of this really phantom false reality? How can I start creating organic reality full of love and joy and peace and happiness and harmony. If you want to be in a harmonious relationship, right, you have to be the harmony. If you want a peace, be the peace. It all starts with us, and it starts from within, because the kingdom of heaven is within. Yeshua, know yourself and be free. So release and remove ourselves from all these soul bindings. So it's all now quicker or easier. Know that anything can be done. I'm sure those guys in the military, what kind of organizations, you guys, you were joining with all these oaths, right? Resolved and transformed, because you got the power. But you have to, again, rehabilitate your DNA, bioregenesis, deprogramming, especially important. Rewire the subconscious mind, right, which is a million times more powerful than the conscious mind. Dr. Bruce Lipton, biology of beliefs, epigenetics. We're above those genes, right? But we're resurrecting those etheric DNA. They call it junk, but those are etheric technologies, guys. That's how we can teleport and telecommunicate and levitate, right? And bilocate and just name it. If the shape shifting also. Some of us who have whether the Draco's DNA, but also the Lyrans, right? I mean, that's the metamorphosis, and once you become also beings of light, you can always play with your energies and even with your image, It doesn't always mean that that's your bad or it's negative. No, it's been abused. Those qualities have been abused, and and they've been feeding off of us, the negative faction, the dark forces, right? So all these negative energy cords or attachments, right? Just imagine it's leaving your body, 4 body systems, right? On that physical, emotional, mental, spiritual level, right? It was all done through the spell casting, SRA, satanic ritual abuses, with all these inserts and falseness and deceptions and lies and all these crazy ideologies, right? Imagine all these energetic hexes leaving you, right? The hatred, the curses, all this negativity, right? So that's when we're invoking the violet flame. Thank you, Saint Germain. You just bring the energies of that sacred violet fire into every cell of your body, into every organ, into every chakra. And then just where there's a blockage, there's like a low flow of energy, right? You can go into it through that violet flame, transform it, transmute it, making sure your meridians are flowing nicely and smoothly with ease and grace. Remember those 44, isn't it, the meridian points where they're on each side? And now the gallbladder, guys, extremely important, right? From liver into gallbladder, from Piscean age into the Aquarian age, right? So the healing can begin in your physical body and also on that energy level, your energy body. Right? All these curses, all these hexes, through the violet flame, just send it back to source for transformation, transmutation. As you start healing yourself, relaxing yourself, loving yourself more, being forgiving, right? And you can start bringing your true divine energies back online, right? It's the alchemization, right? Resurrecting all your energies. I'm the resurrection. I'm the life. I'm the light. Healing your heart, your sacred heart as well. This is your A chakra. It's a portal to the divine, to those other dimensions. That's the thymus, right? The T cells, guys. See how everything is connected, right? The endocrine glands and the chakras, right? The pineal pituitary gland in your 6 and 7 chakra. Then your thyroid, right? Let me see. Those are the thyroid glands and parathyroid, right? And then we're dealing also with the pancreas and with the adrenal glands, your kidneys, guys. Very important to hydrate yourselves, right? All these detox needs to also happen through good hydration, good food, nutrition. Remember the juices from organic fruits, and even, the power of the sun, the chlorophyll from organic vegetables, right? The detox celery juice, right? We're drinking ginger tea, the ginger, cardamom, the green leafy greens, making smoothie, right, with ginger and with superfood, guys. Being on the sun, right? Unity meditation, we're changing the carbon-based DNA into crystalline DNA. That's our technology. 12 strands of DNA. Okay. So no more enslavement, no more, of that trap, the mind control, right? Start thinking for yourselves. Free thinking, free thoughts. Okay. So it will take time, but it's kicking in. So you start, just kind of you have to start somewhere somehow. And then continuity, right? And then being faithful, or being really focused and determined, and perseverance is also very important. Okay. So no more like repeating, it's like people stuck, right, in that. It's like almost that repeating that cycle. So the energy of abuse, right, can be healed only through forgiveness, and it has to be, and that it can be cleared and moved out. So the forgiveness, guys. So I know it's very difficult, but start with yourselves. Or if you're more that kapha person, like, you just, I'm forgiving you, so I can learn how to forgive myself. For me, it's easy, just like forgiving myself, loving myself, being compassionate with everything that happened to me, even the mistakes that I made. I didn't know, I didn't understand, right? But I'm learning my lesson, and now those are the pearls of wisdom I can teach. I can share the information with you guys, making it easier for you, and kind of the shortcut for you, instead of driving I don't know how many miles. Here we go, make this turn, you can go here this way and just cross over pretty much, and you get to your destination much quicker than 7 years. Oh my goodness. So all this, that's what happens, guys, when you see personality split, right? Or this dissociative identities, and people also have MS, or all this shaking, and lots of toxins, but also all this hexing, and the soul binding from those astral organizations, from the astral plane, with all these black magicians practicing sodomy and the satanic ritual abuses, and the Satanism, practicing Satanism, Luciferianism. They're the ones drinking adrenochrome, and really the cannibalism, and their ideology that is extremely sick and perverted, right? So that's the mind behind then all these organizations that I was talking about, guys. Because if the mind was full of glory of God and perfection, with perfect sacred geometry, the neurons doing their work, the neurotransmitters, synapses being in perfect state, then we have a world peace here. Okay, instead of signing treaties with those negative ones, or with the Greys, or the Secret Empire, the Orion group, levitating cars and crystal cities and beautiful lakes and oceans and mountains and valleys, right? 5 elements, platonic solids, being with our star family, galactic family, on our spaceships, visiting them, the Pleiades, right? The Arcturus, and the Sirius, and Andromeda. That's our crystal star family. They're hosting our ascension. Okay, but that's okay. We're all, imagining already our future is here in the present moment, here and now. That's why dream big, right? Imagination, extremely important. That's the right hemisphere of the brain, right? The feminine, right? the dream state and envisioning things and telepathy, guys. It's all coming from that right hemisphere, and of course we have to integrate it with that logic, with that reasoning, with the science, kind of, but the quantum science, right? The quantum technology, and making sure no more abuse and misuse, right? Because we're aligned with God's law, God's will, right? The Emerald Order covenant coming back online from the solar rishis, the solar founder races, okay? Christos founder races. So healing the timeline of the traumatic event. So that's what's been happening and transpiring. The soul binding, oh, that's why they do it, because they need our energy, right? The energy of our soul. So that's why SOS, it's like you're on a soul mission. Protect your soul connection, consciousness expansion. Call upon your angels, your guardian angels, to protect you, to heal you, to guide you, to love you if you don't know how to love yourself, right? Instead of looking again for somebody, another relationship, another boyfriend, another girlfriend, if you don't read energies and if you're really in a desperate state, guess what you're going to attract? Those entities love it when people are in depression and anxiety. So all these soul bindings for loot harvesting, and they want your soul, and they don't want to let you go, because then that would be the end of them, right? Those discarnates there, those astral entities, the phantom entities, right, from that phantom matrix. Yeah, those negative aliens, the bad guys. So we have to face our pain, right? Very important. We need to revisit. And that's what is happening. Was yesterday, the Memorial Day, walking on the beach while some people are already partying, right? I mean, it's great, but at the same time, oh my goodness, we have to stay focused and centered. Those are the spiritual warriors who are on a mission, right? We cannot really falter. Like, we cannot really lower our frequency vibration. We have to keep it high, steady, high frequency, high vibration, extremely important, okay? And we have to revisit, those previous traumas, memories, and so we can unhook ourselves from all these astral bindings. See, that's the key, guys. When we acknowledge all that, we look at those things as what it is, write things down. PTSD time to heal, right? Kathy O'Brien, look what was done to her, and now, look who she became. Of course, she was saved by Mark Phillips, right, the insider neuroscientist. So that's why she's recommending all these things, and start practicing your brain, right? And because everything is now possible with that freedom now, with that violet flame. I mean, with the astral plane being reconstructed, all these energies can be resurrected, right? Claim your power back, and connect with your heart, with your soul. And that's how you free yourself from that false existence, that false reality, right? That phantom matrix, of the archons, of the negative ones, right? The fallen ones, so you can feel your true divine nature and really remember who you truly are. So, and the dark manipulation, guys, that's what they do. They use the astral bindings to generate trauma-based projections on the earth plane, the matter plane, right? And the astral entities, they can hijack people's thoughts, behaviors, and actions to exploit the unhealed trauma. So that's what it is when we're shouting, screaming, yelling, pointing out fingers and judging, and each just, somebody else do this for us, this work, we're being monitored, like I said, and good guys, but also bad guys. And you want your power back, and you think you can do all this disclosure and exposure, and you want to heal yourself. Here's the weak spot. And they got you, because the Dracos, I told you guys, they have psychic abilities, psionic abilities. They read your aura, your energy field. They know your traumas. They know them. That's why they're targeting us, right? They're attacking us exactly those places, spaces where we were healed, and trauma, not only from our parents, but also it comes from like the invasion of ancient Egypt, right? Cataclysm in Atlantis, and the Holocaust in Lemuria, and all these galactic wars, or 1,000 wars, right? So This is supernatural. This is galactic, quantum, interstellar, cosmic as well. So now we can bring all the pieces back together, become whole and complete again. So it's a good news, Archangel Gabriel. Bring the good news here. And yeah. And then of course, yeah, and then the others are being also like in family, right? Like those who were like the black sheep, right? Or the doormats, like, oh, I'm the evil one, or I'm the bad girl, right? Now, if even for them, time to grow up, see who is who is who, guys. Nobody's going to get away with anything, whether in a family structure, societal structure, governmental structure, military structure, and now even in that all these astral organizations, right? So nobody's going to get away with it. No stone unturned. 100% disclosure, 100% exposure of all these corruptions on all planes, whether the physical and the invisible, right? The material and the astral plane. So guys, this is the work that we are doing, because they have a warfare tactic. They are projecting blame on those that are being targeted. Right, so that was my military situation, all these psyops, black ops, black sun entities, and get rid of her. Look what, I was the bad girl there in the military, right? Doing all these bad things, right? Bringing yoga, Ayurveda back online, the ancient teachings, and how to resurrect your sexual energies, and how to be one with God, and how to chant. So, yeah. But very important to take responsibility for ourselves, take responsibility for your emotions. And so the personal spiritual healing is extremely important, and negative ego clearing. And I know it's not easy, guys. And, but this is just kind of part of the game. You want to get out of their game, right? The one world order, or is the inner work. We have to work on ourselves. So the control organization on the astral plane is like a mirror reflection from the astral to physical manifestation in order to capture human souls on their timeline, right? They need that loosh. They need you, because without their parasites, they are vampires. We're like their batteries, with their slaves. And that's the whole military thing. I know there's a lots of friction, there's still lots of confusion, and there is an anger and all these disbeliefs and everything, but I'm telling you, what I've experienced, those guys are nothing but batteries for those negative aliens, beautiful souls, then brutally abused, violated, raped, and tortured, and then put into those also, terroristic organizations. They're in that cult, Skull and Bones, right? The, kind of the Masonic symbol, the G, right? With all these reversals and sodomy and pedophilia and Luciferianism and Satanism, and with all this narcissistic kind of people and sadists, right? And psychopaths. And then you found those guys, the veterans on the street, or they committed suicide. Well, some of them, they were even told, right? Or they're just desperate. They don't know what to do on the street, in a hospital, right? People don't know what to do with them, or you think some MD or PhD will help them, right? If they have all these inserts and nanobots, right? They talk about the CCP, the DARPA. There are also death camps and underground, those cities in China, because it's all invasion, whether that's those reptiles or the grays or the Zetas, right? With their highly advanced technology, guys, they have computers 100 years in the future. This is the computer that we have is like a pre-K, it's a kindergarten. And even the teachings, guys, this is what I'm teaching you. For the negative ones, for the Dracos, this is laughable. This is a pre-K. This is a kindergarten knowledge for them. Okay? They know this stuff just like that, because they know then how to abuse the light workers, the star seeds, and the ancient ones. They have technology 1,000 years in the future. So all this master-slave game, right? We need to pull ourselves out of it. Unhook yourself from that nonsense. that matrix of falseness, of lies and deceptions, of perversions, reversals, right? Even the Constitution, the original Constitution, has been suspended since 1871. That's why the resurrection, right? Also of the Republic of USA, you know, with the original Constitution, with the Declaration of Independence, the freedom of speech and free, you know, the liberty. Where is that? The energy has been hijacked, especially from those astral planes, the astral organizations with those negative aliens, right? And the controlling group, the black nobility mafia family. But we're turning the table. Now the royalty, right? Aligned with the God divine, right? Those who were initiated in those ancient pyramids, right? Like even Sananda, you know, Yeshua, okay? So that's why we're resurrecting the ancient teachings, because what they even wanted to do, totally destroy our DNA and make transhumans and transgenders out of us. I mean, what kind of thought forms? That's the thought forms that they generate, because it's coming from that AI. They have they are super quantum computers, right? Comes from the dark fleets. They have spaceships. Guys, I showed you. For them, this is totally normal, okay? Working with the Cabal, I don't know, those Eben. Okay, let me see some. Those are the tall ones. They're for the SSP here. Okay, doing all kinds of surgeries on you, right? That's why those guys in the military, some of them, they look like cookie cutters, right? All the same, and they get the draconian DNA, right? And once you get their DNA, or you know, they clone you, right? You're their property. You want to heal? Oh, you have some awakening going on? Your soul wants to go back home to the light divine? No, baby. Right? That's why all this suicide, you know, is happening, or they're not allowed to heal. And where's the platform for them, right? Where's the you know, where the Pleiadians with their crystal technology, right? So they can help them with the, you know, with the MK Ultra, with all the torture. They can help them with those nanobots in their neurons. Where are they? Where are those communities? Where is the platform for them? Yeah. So let me see. Where's here? These are Peace, Mystica, Sweet Ones. Oh my goodness! See, this is a beautiful. It's like an octahedron, beautiful spaceship, right? And with the solar rishis here, Vega system, okay, I work with. And what else? The oh, this is the Love Galactic Federation, you know, so it's beautiful beings of light here. Yeah, beautiful beings of light. Woohoo! This is the Peace Council. Oh, these are the ancient ones. Council of Five, Galactic Federation, Peace. Right? I mean, you know, this is what was downloaded to Elena Danan. Ooh, these are, look at these, the grays, the Gemini pole. Oh my goodness. Like I said, their technology, guys, the Roswell, the crash, and things like that. Actually, some of those grays, they were good guys, but also the shadow military was already established, right? The Nazi or the Antarctica, all infiltrated by the Orion group, right? The tall grays, you know, the gray collective, they already, you know, had that grid installed to siphon energies from humans, from Mother Nature, Mother Earth. So they know they can move planets, like I said. Are the teachings that I'm, you know, teaching here, this is laughable for them, because they know the negative structure, they know how to pollute it, but not anymore. Everything is brought into divine justice, galactic codex, divine intervention, right? Bring the universal laws here back online. So and this is how we roll here. And of course the Dracos, right? I mean, the Dracos, the Draconian, I'm telling you, their empire, right? So with their assigning abilities, I mean, they can hex you. They can hack your chakra column like nothing. They're abducting. Yeah, this is their abduction here. Look at their technology. Okay, so, but we have the Telosians here, right? Our star family. So, you know, things are happening. I mean, it's just aligned with the divine, aligned with the good, aligned with the good. That's the Alpha Centauri disc shape. Look at their technologies. Right? I always wanted to look like them. I always wanted to have a spacesuit. This is like, Yeah, and you know, there's all kinds of other races. I mean, with their technology, it's unbelievable, guys. There's so many. Oh, the bad guys, the Mitra, right? Even, you know, so. But we have to really time to look at the bright side, because all these work on these higher etheric planes and astral plane, right, has been all done. These actually, see those, the Nordic ones, they don't like us. They look like Nordic, but those are Ahori, okay? And also the abduction, experimentation, and working with those negative ones, the Dracos. But the Arcturus, right? Right, guys? So the Merkaba, you know, so working with sacred geometry, guys, this is nothing new under the sun. When, you know, we're resurrecting the sacred geometry, because that sacred geometry is in our DNA. There is a God code in our DNA. All the Platonic solids, right? In our DNA, right? That's how we were actually, you know, designed, you know. So we're sound frequency vibration. It goes into that sacred geometry. How do you have that form? Through that sacred geometry, the etheric DNA, right? Where's all this sacred geometry and this 5 elements, and now you see this hologram, the humanoid, right? The human body. This is a technology, guys. Okay, so, and yeah, we have the Cosmic Christos parents here online with the solar consciousness return, right? So we're here in service to planetary liberation. And look, things on the outer are not what they seem to be. So who said that? What you see is not what you see, hear, have, or what you hear. So with your 3D eyes and not having your psychic abilities open, right? With the linear thinking, which is the left brain, right? Where's your imagining? Where's your telepathy or the pure communication, right? You need to merge those both hemispheres of your brain, right? The 0 point, neutrality, God matrix, source of our genesis. Yeah, they wanna make transhumans out of us, the transgender. They're fusing human DNA with assorted machinery, okay? And the negative alien, they gain power and control through soul bindings and harvesting that loosh, right? That's, you know, they lower your frequency vibration, they siphon that energy, and then they harvest it, right? And then through that perverted form, right, they wreak havoc here in this entire solar system on Earth. And then people have all kinds of psychic, or you know, psychic problems, right, or entity, or they are depressed because they are possessed by all kinds of entities. Guys, start reading the energies. It's extremely important. Okay, even the CV1 night is a cult. You know, it shapes into the transgender cult run by the astral organizational structures. And so we had the sorcery-based mind control energies from the astral and beyond. The trauma-based mind control, guys. So nobody's going to get away with this. That was the Project Montauk, Project Monarch, right? And then the Mockingbird, that's for MSM, the mainstream media. Do they even know what they're saying? So the power structure in the astral organization is all about harvesting loosh, right? It's like a mental prison here, the quarantine zone here. We were locked in those energy fences, right? And it was very difficult even for us to connect with our higher self, with our spiritual selves, right? Because of this, the casting, hexing, black magic, all these attacks, psychotronic weapons, exotic weapons in this invisible world. It's the astral organizations, the military, right? The DARPA, the what is it, the ICC, and you know, the military industrial extraterrestrial complex. I'm telling you guys, this is crazy here. So the anti-human warring strategy is they came with the anti-human warring, you know, and we need to they wanted to rewrite human history, and then to install an assortment of religious, political, governmental theocracies for harnessing their power. So the New World Organization, right? The United Nations. I mean, you know, that's the anti-human agenda, and we're really in a spiritual warfare here. And yeah, that's why we're bringing the new architecture, the Emerald Order here online, right? We're implementing it and overriding the astral layer architecture. And we're holding the pillars of cosmic light, right? We're the column of light shining bright, guys. This is the work that I'm doing. So thank you so much for watching. And if you can also support my work or join me or communication, so we can just kind of really start doing the work here in this physical plane. But like I said, with me, like the astral plane, it needs to be, or the astral body or the pain body, right, needs to be resurrected, transformed, transmuted. I'm a shadow worker, right? Goddess Kali, don't forget. So, and we are preserving the Sophianic pillars, Holy Mother Sophia, and the flowering plasma field, right? I mean, look at this beauty, guys. When you listen solfeggio tones, healing music, look at these beautiful, those are crystal, those frozen the water, right? All these beautiful crystals. Look at all this beautiful sacred geometry. Look at the symmetry, right? And when you say something bad, let me see, there is like a photo when you are talking to the water and you are like cursing it and saying nasty things, there's all this disfiguration, and that's what happens. Your DNA is being disfigured, your aura, your energy field is being disfigured, right? I mean, your mind, you cannot think for yourself, you're trapped. And that's what I saw in those guys in the military, the Marines. Yeah, I'm like, what in the world is that? Where is this coming from? So, but there's this study, and here we go, guys. Here are the pictures. So here's love and gratitude compared to evil, right? Truth, you fool. Peace, you disgust me. Do you see the difference? Right? So again, when you read the aura energy field of some of those like individuals in those higher places, and you see all kinds of disfigurations, black dark energies or black goo or just AI. So anyway, that's everybody's journey, you guys. We all had, this is kind of I'm sharing again this what comes through my soul signature energy signature operational system, right? This book was incredible for me. I read it many times. I think I got back to it 2016, and even a couple of years ago I did those videos. It's on my website yanakalai.com under about part 1, part 2, right? So I go over those 12 universal laws as well. Here Param Sayogananda, also all these beautiful beings of light, solar rishis, right, helping us with the ascension. This is how we came to the United States, 1949. Okay, and you had this center fellowship, right, in Encinitas, California. So, and we're pretty much now the astral waters, guys, that sacred geometry, sacred energies of the human light body, right? That's why I'm invoking, or next time we can do work on that aura, on that chakras and energy field, make it beautiful sacred geometry, right? Kali Ma, calling upon Kali Ma. So all the negativity, right? Transforming, transmuting, leaving our body, sending back to source, and bring those cosmic divine energies back online. Sacred geometry, right? The proper mathematics, base 12 mathematics. So, and the sound healing, solfeggio tones, frequency 432 hertz, right? Instead of 440. So, yeah, we are jiving. Okay, we are going back to our original self, the base 12 elementals, the Christic spiral, right? We are going up. But some people are still choosing the 3D. That's the descension, right? That's pretty much path to self-destruction in a way. Okay, and especially the negative ones who are not accepting the Galactic Codex, right, with their DNA also being damaged and compromised. So anyway, but we're holding the light no matter what. And the correct dark matter body and the sound template of the cosmic mother is here. Like I said, the galactic core has been corrected, the dark matter, the sound template, and that's the rising of the solar feminine principles, right? So also women are much more inspired, or women who are extremely intelligent and who are extremely spiritual here in the female body, right? With the womb, and with this beautiful aura energy field, the crystalline body, light body. That's what those negative ones are scared of, right? And so we need to be strong in ourselves, in our heart, in our spirit, right? I talk about the Christos, the Holy Mother, Holy Father, in our virtues, in our morals, in our ethics, in that light divine, in that purity, as we are going back to, innocence, right? And our divinity and oneness, right? The law of one. And like I said, ahimsa, I don't know what I mentioned already, ahimsa back in 2004 with Maya Tiwari, right? I was studying Ayurveda, and there was the Wise Earth School of Ayurveda, I think, back then. And you take a vow of ahimsa, and so now I am with the surrendering everything to our Father, right? Satya Sai Baba, right? Committed to my mission, to all my assignments, with the warrior of peace, or the soldier of peace, just like Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, and making the change, be the change that you want to see in the world, right? Make America great again, make this world a better place, right? That's how we are here with the Ascension, with all these resurrection codes, with the plasma wave frequencies, astral reconstruction, so we can finally take our power back, bring all the pieces of our souls back together, and live in peace, harmony, unity, Christosophia consciousness. Thank you for watching. Many blessings and namaste. I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.